Hello, humans. You humans. You YouTube. Hello, you YouTube humans. How are you? I hope you're well-ish. I'm okay. It's another year. I just wanted to press record and make a video and just do. No pressure. Why is my ear so red? What is that? Weird. I hope you've had a good holiday with plenty of bad food and naps. Bad food and naps. I hope you had that, lots of that. I finally tidied my desk up, which was overdue. It got out of hand and has been trashed for weeks. And yeah, I needed to get that straightened out, and it was time because I wanted to sit here and actually do some stuff, and I just couldn't the way it was. So yeah, I tidied that up, and I spoke to my plant a bit. I think that needs repotting. I'll probably do that at some point as well. Just quick, today I've got a sketchbook we can go through, have a look at that quickly. As I said, like, no pressure, just a hit a record and get something done before I go to bed, because I have to get up tomorrow to go to work. Yay. This year I hope I can, well, not hope, I know I can supercharge the content for my channel. Hopefully I can plan and make some cool stuff for you, or some cool stuff for me, which I hope you dig it, whatever I do. So if you're subscribed, thank you for that, that's cool. And if you're not, then you should, because it doesn't cost anything, and it might be worth it for you. At some point you might learn something, or I don't know. I don't know what you'd get from subscribing to my channel. Not yet anyway. Something. You'll get something. But yeah, for now, a sketchbook. We'll have a look in the sketchbook. Nice old sketchbook. It's not that old, but it was just one of three or a few that I had in rotation last year. I haven't decorated the cover on this one, or the back cover. Should I change that? What the hell is that? Weird, annoying, it's like a chisel tip. Didn't even know I had that. Don't want that. Yeah, another sketchbook. A quick as I can look through a sketchbook again. And then it'll be the last sort of tour, if you like, for a little while, because I need to do some stuff that isn't just looking in sketchbooks. I need to do some stuff that's actually creating, so that you can, there's some value to whatever. Yeah, so cover, nothing on that. Here is the first bit. There's some post-it notes, just straight to ink. Straight to ink, just doodles. That's a bit of, I think it's gel pen and biro. Mixture of both on that. Is that the same? No, that's all gel pen, that one. That's pretty cool, I like that one. I do like drawing on these little post-it notes. And some other thing. It's got a helmet with horns on. You see that? That's just, I think that's gel pen as well. I've got the, I really like these pens, but I can't find one. They're the, I can't find one. Uni pin micro needle. I really like them. There's something about, like, when you're drawing with like dip pens and fountain pens, there's something about like the wet ink, like of a gel pen, like when the ink flows really freely. I really like the look of that. I'm sure I had one, a box of them or something. It's not them ones. It's like this, but these are the really old ones you can't get anymore. I don't think, is that going to focus? It will focus. It's like that. But this one, does it even work? Yeah. It's like that, but this is really old. You can't get these ones anymore. Needlepoint. I think they're called like Needle Eye or something now. Oh, like Eye. Micro Needle is the one I've got now. I'll have a look in a minute. I might know where one is. This sketchbook will solely for studies. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Not your own work. Study others. Draw in your own style. I did really well English, apparently. To help build a visual library. Find your favourite artists and illustrations, copy them, use your way, consistently, that's probably spelt wrong, draw in ink, no pencil allowed, it's okay to use pencil. So this sketchbook was initially meant to be just for studies, just to, I guess, build the visual library, the imagination, if you like. And I started that here. I did this one drawing here was from Pinterest. It had Brock Print signed on the drawing. I don't know if that's an artist or what, but I think that was on there somewhere. But I did this just straight in biro and then some fine liner. And then I think I did all the hatching and stuff in biro. Then I did some swords. What's the handle? Is it called the hilt? Is it the hilt or is that bit the hilt? I think it's the hilt, isn't it? I should learn swords. Then there was like a little thumbnail there of the gesture. And then I just did some little chest armours, torso armours there. But yeah, as I said, like it was meant to be for me to just study in. Like I was going to have like a book of purely for studies, then a book for thumbnails and just stuff that's kind of like that I have thought of, and like thumbnails and small little doodles and things, and then another book that can kind of pick out bits to expand on the idea and do like a bit of a better version, which you'd then take off and do an even better version, should you please. But I think the studying in this book stopped basically here, because I get bored of studying. I just want to create. But that's really, really bad advice. Always study. Copy other people, because it works. But that was from someone's illustration, don't know who. If you recognised any of these, put it in the comments. I think they're from very old illustrations. These were just Sharpie paint markers, acrylic markers, and then some gel pen on top. That was a study that I found, and I thought the helmet was odd, but kind of cool. So I did like another one there that was, so there's the study, and then I learned that that's a cool helmet shape, and then I took that and then changed it slightly, and then put a skull in it, and then I did it again down here and added some horns to it, because I did. I'll do some horns there. There's horns there as well. Yeah, and it kind of just builds like something that's not original, but it's inspired by. And then there's some little doodles that I did. Again, thumbnails based on that, and just roughing out ideas. But this is a cool character. I like this. This could be something that I would take and then expand further and make like a finished concept. Yeah, and then at that point I think I just started just doodling then, as I normally do in these books. The hell's a squashed fly in there? Look at that. Is it even alive? Poor guy. Can you see that? Will that focus? Nope. It's definitely a fly. Promise. Yeah, these some little sketches I did with like a pink pro marker, alcohol marker, like a Copic thing. Just some faces and that. Some little bits there. This is a bit of brush and then a bit of biro again. I really like drawing with biro, like the hatching mostly. There's just something about it. It feels kind of like, I don't know, almost feels like you're holding a pencil. I think the weight of a biro and stuff. Ballpoint. A couple jawbones. This fella here, just popping open the lid, popping open his little lid, his nest. That's where he lives, in there with webs. Could be a cool design for something. I'd have to change some bits, like I'd have to maybe bring the hand out a bit more or down a bit more. It looks a bit lost there. There's like too much black around, and it's kind of, yeah, the contrast is off there. You kind of lose the hand a little bit, especially when like the light is clearly coming in from the top and it's all hitting him here, but then there's shadow underneath the hand a little bit, which against the shadow here, it kind of makes you lose what's going on. Drumstick, yeah, some other little bits. Firefly, some face things. I did these little square grids with like I think I blocked in the shadows, just what I wanted to do, and then I just went in with some ink afterwards. I was going to do like the whole page of these squares, but I didn't. I got as far as that and moved on. Moved on to something else. Probably this page. I've got lots of just this guy in the middle there. Some little doodles, some bits. I can't really make out what these are. That's a dagger in a head. These are just some like gesture studies. I do a lot of these where I'm kind of figuring out where the balance is and where the legs would go, so that the torso can like meet a ground plane. So I do lots of them. So that is something that I tend to struggle with occasionally. I think that looks like a hand with a head there connecting to the wrist. Yeah, I think that's what that is. Yeah, there's a hand there, and then that's coming up to a head. That's a drawing on the next page, I think. Yes. So yeah, there's those bits there. Some little doodles here. That's just some paint marker again. I don't think that was paint marker though. That doesn't look the same. I don't use colour a lot, ever. I don't like using colour. Not because I don't like colour, but because I just don't really like know enough about colour to make it look good. I should probably use more colour and get better at it. Do some studies. Because as I said, I do like colour. I like bright, bold, flat colours, rather than all like rendering and gradients and stuff. So if I was to do any colour, it'd be just flat stuff. A couple of hand gestures. That one looked weird, so I think I did it again. That was the drawing sketch from that. I liked the face, so I did it again. Croak. Just a frog in a skeleton suit. Not my usual style, but it's fun. There's some more little froggy sketches. Some gun thingies. Gestures again. Some daredevils. I punch you. Not very good daredevils. That one, don't know what's going on now around the jaw. Next page. Man with tube. That was straight in ink. I think that was with my Lamy fountain pen. Another one of these skulls with the Sharpie markers. Just find little gaps on pages and just fill them up with stuff. But my sketchbooks, they tend to just be like this, just marking like scribbles and little odds and sods. Rather than, I see some sketchbooks and like every page is just this finished, pristine, and they're like, oh, check out my sketch. And it's not a sketch. It's clearly not a sketch. It's clearly something that you've spent hours and hours and hours on. And then you move to the next page. And then you did it again. You spent hours and hours and hours. It's like it's a fully rendered and finished piece of artwork is what it is. It's an artwork book. It's not a sketchbook. Like, that's a sketch. It's stupid. They're sketches. Just junk. Just workings out. Just practicing. That's what a sketch is. A sketch is not meant to be anything other than just like rough and quick and gestural and with energy. Next page. Breasts. Some more gestures and scribbles. That's cool. It could be, again, it's an idea that was just scribbled down, and it could be something that's, I could take that idea of something and I could make it more elaborate, detailed on the fence. And he's literally on the fence. He's in it. The fence is in it. So that could be like a great design. I could put that on a t-shirt. Maybe I should put that on a t-shirt. Do you want that on a t-shirt? Let me know in the comment section. There's a hat and some, again, more gestures. Turtle. Some lines with some hatching coming off of it. Brush pen and biro again. That's cool. A bit more of the colour again there. He does actually look pretty good. I quite like those colours. That looks like, yeah, yellow, green, and a light blue lilac-y marker. That looks like the what's that game? I can't remember the name of the game, but the character's called the penitent one. I can't say the word. Penitent. Google penitent one. I'm sure that's what it is. The penitent one. Blasphemous. There you go. That's where I got that idea from. The penitent one from Blasphemous. It's like a 2D side scroller, Souls-like game that I never played, but looks excellent. A skull study. I think that was from a book that I've got. Eyeball thingy. Profile. Smoking zombie. In a little trilby hat type thing. This could be cool. What have I done there? Oh, is that like a... Okay, so that's like instead of an arm, it's like a sword, and it's like the flesh is all like entwined around the sword. That's what that looks like. That was going to be, because I did another little bit there, I guess, to kind of remind me of what was going on there. And yeah, some gestural type bits, some scribbles scribbled out. Random bad horse. Draw bad horses. If you want to draw a good horse, then draw a bad horse. Lots of bad horses, and then you'll draw good horses. That's just nature. This thing, meh. I guess because I didn't like the drawing, I wrote meh. That's alright, proportions are a bit funny. It looks similar to that one. I was probably trying to do something there. This is a study from a drawing in a book that I have. I think there's another one. Like, yeah, there's another one in a minute. This is really cool. I like this. I like how bold it is. I did the initial sketch with, yeah, just a marker pen, a really light pink one, and then brush pen, just a really bold line work all in there. And then I came back in with a liner and just did all these little hatching details and things. And it's really cool. I really like it. Very nice. Well done, Robert. Thank you, Robert. That's that again. I like that one. That one's the brush pen and then ballpoint hatching all over it. And then that's brush pen with fine liner hatching on it. I tend to draw differently depending on the tool, and there's another one there. Depending on the tool, I tend to draw differently or approach things a bit differently, which I'm not sure if that's normal or not. So if I'm using like a brush, I'll ink in a certain way, as opposed to if I was using a fine liner or a ballpoint or a dip pen, fountain pen or something. I'd kind of draw differently depending on what it is I'm using. I'm not sure if that's a good habit or a bad habit, probably a bad habit, but I don't think it matters all that much. Nope, probably didn't like that. Just this sort of nonsense. It looks like a tooth. Nonsense. Didn't like that leg, so I put an X next to it, and then I did another one which I probably thought was a bit better. Just a big chicken drumstick arm. And then the last page with, I don't know what that is. No, yes, and then a question mark in the middle. Why would I have done that? I don't know. Handlebar mustache and a bow tie. Perfect combination. Yeah, and that's the book. That's this sketchbook. It is getting late, so I'm not actually going to do any drawing on this video. So I do apologise about that. But I will do some drawing in another video, my next video, or at some point soon. I hope you liked that look inside this book. Any questions, like, just chuck them in down there in the comments. I'll answer them the best I can. Yeah. If you liked it, then like the video and share it to your family, because they might like it as well. Bye.